Everybody got a story. This one just happens to have 6 pieces. 6 blessings, 6 chapters, 1 testimony. This ain't just a podcast. Baby, this my legacy. 6 pieces of candy. Welcome to my story.
Welcome, family. Do y'all want to know what I find so funny? Oh, wait. Of course you want to know what I find funny, because everybody want to know what the fuck is so funny, but not like that. You know what's funny? What's funny is how people swear up and down they know me. They know I got kids. They know that I might smell a lot. They know that I might always have something in my sleeve, right? But do they really know any fucking thing about me? Like, the amount of things that I hear about me, and nobody even could tell right from left, right from wrong. Nothing. There's so much more to my story. There's so much more to my book that I need to tell. It's like I'm at a point where I need to tell it because it's good and it's juicy. And that's why we chose now, in July of 2026, all the way in 2026, to talk that shit. Hey, y'all. I'm Kandii Brii, and it's the 6 Pieces of Candy. This podcast is what you get when life gives a girl 6 kids, fucking 1,000,001 experiences, and finally a fucking mic. Say hi to my mic, y'all. It's Mike. From being pregnant at 15 to getting married to shit, being a throuple. Okay, a throuple. To being SA'd, to fucking opening businesses, to writing books, to acting, to... I'm all the way around experienced, okay? I have 6 children. I'm 32. For those in the back that was wondering, I am 32. A lot of the shit that we gonna talk about here, is stuff maybe majority of people never heard, because the stories are never told publicly. They're never expressed in real, raw fashion. People always want to doctor up their stories. They always want to, change shit up. But we not doing that here. Here, we gonna get down to the real, the raw, the dirty truth. Whether it's about me, whether it's about somebody else, whether they in the room, whether they not in the room, whether they come sit down and be a guest, whatever it is, we gonna talk about it. We gonna get to the bottom of it. And with all of that being said, this is the most productive, creative generation, like, group of individuals, like, now. It's wild. The amount of different things that people do to create, like, financial stability, or even just doing things that make them happy. Now is the time to get down on anything that you have an idea with, because the world is an open book right now. So that's why we're here. Because there's nothing but space and opportunity. Nothing but space and opportunity. And listen, everybody has a story. There's 1,000,001 15 and pregnant. There's 1,000,001. It was actually a show when I was younger called 16 and Pregnant. I don't know how many people know about that, but there's a lot of people going through a lot of the same shit, but it's never the same shit. It's never the same shit. Like, I had 4 kids by the time I was 20. By the time I was 19, I had 4 kids already. By the time I was, 25, I had 6 kids, because I have multiple sets of multiples. I want to say that. Yeah, a long ass fucking story. But here we are. I did my nails myself. Whatever. Let's get in there. Let's talk that shit. And most importantly, let's answer some of the many questions that people have been asking me. So before I ever decided to start this shit, it was a thought to speak my mind and tell my story, because that's what I do. I write books, right? But once I decided to actually do the podcast, which came about because it was part of a project for school. Shout out to Full Sail University. It was a project for school, and I ran with it. But before I was able to record anything, because I recorded this shit like fucking 100 times, and nothing ever felt proper. Nothing felt like it was right. I feel like everything needed to be perfect, but then I realized, like, that is what social media is for. That's what Instagram is for me to be that perfect, whatever, everything on a picture perfect or whatever. Not here. I'm not doing that here. So right now I have on brows, lashes, lip liner. That is it. I didn't get dressed up. I didn't even do the most with my hair, nothing, because the tea is that If you don't just start, you're not going to. If you don't just get into it, you're not going to. I hate the way I look behind the camera, but this is where we at. Like, I have to be productive. And honestly, my therapist is fucking aggravating. She fucking aggravating. So, shit, better options. You know, there's probably people who can relate more to me than this bitch that don't even know me, for real. You know? If you know, you know. If you know, you fucking know. But let's get down to these motherfucking questions. These questions here that people been wanting to know. Let's go. Okay. First question. Are you single? Sometimes that I get this question, like, on a daily basis, with or without a fucking podcast. I am absolutely, definitely single. I'm so single, I'm not even dating. And the reasoning behind that is just, I'm a Pisces. Not the reasoning behind that is just, I have a lot of trauma. Like, I was in a relationship for 12 and a half years, and 2 years ago it ended, and it was devastating, and I was depressed, and I was fucked up and emotionally just unstable. And a couple months after we broke up, someone else decided to approach me, have conversation with me. But, you know, just shot a text. Got my number from somebody, sent a message to my phone, and I know it was a bad idea because of the familiar, how you say it, familiarity. The nigga antics was fucking familiar. Just how I met him, what he liked to do, how he maneuvered, how he talked, his zodiac sign. The nigga was a Sagittarius. I had to take a moment because that shit brought me back. I got PTSD, y'all. I know it was a bad idea. Like, the proximity, like how close we were, with our living arrangements and shit. Like, it was just a bad fucking idea. But I wasn't thinking about it. Like, I mentioned it at the beginning, like, I don't want to go through some shit like this, blah, 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 blah. But I don't know, it was just something about the nigga. It felt familiar. He was comforting. And then there was a lot of things that were unfamiliar, like the things that he would do that I didn't get to do in my past with my ex and shit like that. So I took a chance on it. I fell for the nigga. And he turned out to be red fucking flag central, bitch. Okay, horrible. Terrible. And I'm not saying he's a terrible. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. So, like, with my baby father, the second one, let's clarify. With my baby father, he's a great person, horrible partner, horrible boyfriend, right? This nigga was an amazing boyfriend, amazing partner, horrible fucking person. I mean, like, if undiagnosed bipolar PTSD was a person, it would be this nigga, okay? I fucked with him for about, at first, like, he started off by saying, I'm not looking for nothing serious, or whatever. So I was just started talking to other people. I got my mojo back. I was talking to people, whatever. But I wasn't fucking with nobody else. So then we started fucking with each other, and he just kept making it clear, like, we're not together. We're not in a relationship. But he wanted relationship shit. Like, if I get up to go to the store or something, I should be telling him that I'm going to the store. Or if I'm, you know, going somewhere doing something, you know, boyfriend shit, dating shit, exclusive dating shit. We're going to get there because I got a friend that wants to talk about that shit. And the second I didn't answer a call, I wasn't available to come by. I wanted to sleep at my own house instead of his house. The amount of verbal and emotional abuse I would go through, like, I never in my life imagined somebody talking to me and treating me the way that I was treated. Like, and it was like painful fucking bliss, for real, honestly, because it was like he wanted to do everything. He liked everything that I liked, and he was sweet, and he cooked, and he rubbed feet. Well, he said he don't rub feet, but he was rubbing my fucking feet. He was just such a clean person. Like, he was just fun to be around. He always had an idea, something to keep the energy in the room going when I was with him, and I loved that. So it really it fucked me up, thinking that I can go from that relationship that I was in to being with this person who's telling me that this is what you call exclusively dating. We're not even in a relationship, right? I was confused. I've been in a relationship since I was 14 years old. So I don't know what dating is like. So yeah, I'm single. That situation caused me to lose like 25 pounds in a matter of like 2 months. Like, I lost like 25, 30 pounds. And people that know me would know, like, I lost my weight. And right now I struggled for the past 8 months because we stopped dealing with each other like 8 months ago. I struggled for the past 8 months to start getting the weight back that I have now. So I look small still. Imagine that I was under so much stress that I was smaller than I am now. And I used to be Kandii with the big fat old ass. Like, they knew. But for some reason, like, that shit, I had never been in a situation that deteriorated me, mind, body, soul, spirit, and really made me start thinking that I was fucking crazy. Like I was out. Like, I mean, I'm bipolar, I'm a little nuts, but this was like delusion on top of delusion. And then me being understanding, an understanding person, a Pisces, feeling what somebody else feels. I gave it the benefit of the doubt, and I took too long to cut that shit short. Should have been cut that shit short, because when something's not good for you, leave it the fuck alone, right? Yeah. When something's not good for you, leave that shit the fuck where it's at. People don't have to have chance after chance. Like, it don't have to be like that. What that girl on Instagram said, lock him up, get that nigga the fuck out of here. Like, so to answer your question, yes, absolutely, completely single, and I'm not sure if, like, I'm open to dating. I'm not open to exclusively dating. I take that back, because I'm a lover. I like to be with one person and give all my energy to one person and just love, 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 love. But realistically, that's just not where we at in life. There's a lot of men that's just really not there right now, and women, and women. So I'm open to dating, but I think I would have to take some time. Like, we have to really get to know each other, fuck with each other. And to answer the second part of that question, I like to do a lot of different things, a plethora of things. Because I was a young mom, I didn't get to do a lot. Not because I couldn't. It's just I was born to be a nurturer and a mother, and my kids just always come first. So once I started having my kids, the luxuries was gonna go to them. So the adult outside shit, big experiences that most people is experiencing right now, I didn't get a chance to do, right? So yeah, I like to experience new shit. There's a lot of things I've never done. There's a lot of places I've never been. So yeah. Okay. Next fucking question. I'm looking back because, okay. What is something that I love to do, like I enjoy doing, but I do not do anymore? And there are a few things. So one of my most favorite things to do is paint. I love doing canvas artwork. Love it. I didn't know I loved it until maybe like 2-3 years ago, but absolutely love it. You give me something to draw, to paint, I will sit for hours and I will paint. I don't really have the time now, because I am always working on something for school, working on something for businesses, tending to my kids, tending to my home. Yeah, I would say that painting is probably the biggest thing that I love to do, that I don't do anymore, that I would actually like to get back into. And I have paint, and I have canvases, and I have ideas. I just haven't gotten around to it as of yet. A good question. How did you react when you found out that you were 16? Wait, it says 16 and pregnant, but I was 15 and pregnant, actually. I turned 15 in February of 2009, and I got pregnant in June of 2009. So, the question. What was my reaction when I found out I was pregnant at 15? Honestly, I think my reaction was completely different than the average 15-year-old. I was not terrified. I was not shaking in my boots, from what I can remember, because, you know, when you go through certain shit, you block out certain shit. So I will have to double back and ask my best friend that was there at the time. We're currently best friends still till this day. Like, but as far as I can remember, I was not panicky. I wasn't afraid. I wasn't worried about what people would think or how my parents would react. None of that. Why? I'm not really sure. I feel like I was already, like, for a long time, very independent, and I had many, because I was always working. So when I was that young, I was working in clubs, I was bartending and serving, and so I always had money. And then once my daughter's father found out, like, once we found out that I was pregnant, he went and got a job anyway. Like, he already had, like, we were already making money. We went to Springfield High School. We was already making money. If you know, you know. If you don't know, story time for another day. But yeah, my reaction was regular. Like, I think the only reason I thought I was pregnant in the first place was because my best friend and her family took me to Florida to go to Disney World, and we got on a ride, and I got sick, and after the ride, I still was sick, and then the next day, I still was sick, and me and my best friend was laid up in the bed in the hotel. She was like, when we get back home, we gonna go down to the school, and we gonna get a pregnancy test, and we gonna figure out what's going on. And that's what we did. We came back home like a day or two later. We went up to Springfield High School. They used to have a doctor's office in there. We could do all kind of shit. All kind of shit. Right? And yeah, I peed. Miss Kelly did the test. And if you know Miss Kelly, you know she's gonna wrap that shit up in a little piece of paper. And when his dad moves, and she's gonna bring it to you, and she's gonna slide that bitch across the table. Right? And that's exactly what the fuck she did. And then the rest was history. a little bit of options counseling, a little bit of asking you if like you do need help talking to your parents, blah blah blah. Nah, I'm straight. Like fuck it. Left the building, text my mom. My mom, my sister, and my aunt was out of town. They was gonna be in Florida for a month, I think. I just came back and they left, and it was gonna be gone for a month, and I was gonna stay with my best friend. And I had to text my mom and be like, I missed my period. I'm pregnant. I can only imagine now that I have a 16-year-old. Like I can only imagine what my mom was feeling, but whatever she was feeling, I never got the backlash of it. She texted me and she was like, "I'll be home in a few weeks, and we'll talk and we'll see what's going on." My mom got up here in 2 days. It's like she got on the road a couple hours after I texted her phone. Now, I guess it still wasn't no real fear mark. Like I didn't feel no kind of way. Everything just instantly clicked. I knew I was keeping my baby. I knew that my mom was gonna have my back, and if she didn't, I had people that was gonna support me, and if they didn't, bitch, I do this. Like I'll do it by myself. That's how I felt. So that was that. But that's the feeling. I should have felt a different type of way, I think, because it's not really normal to be pregnant that young. But I didn't feel what a lot of my friends and other people I know felt when they got pregnant in the teenage years. Like, so that's that. What's another question? Okay, another question. What is your zodiac sign, and what do you believe in? I swore I was not gonna be talking about nobody's religion, spirituality, and none of that shit. But honestly, it's just a part of our existence right now. So I am a Pisces. Do not ask me the sun, the moon, the stars, and the path waves and all that, because I don't know. When I want to know some shit, I call my best friends up. They let me know what it is, because they really spiritual ass bitches. Like, I'm a witchy ass bitch. I'm not gonna lie. I have gifts that a lot of people don't believe in, stuff like that. But if you fucking know, you know, and if you know me, you know, you know. I don't. I there's just power in my voice. There's power in my words. There's power in things that I say, and foreseeing things. So, but anyway, I'm a Pisces. I'm born in February 26th. Shout out to the Pisces. I'm not religious. I am spiritual, but I'm still learning and still trying to find myself within spirituality. And it's fucking hard because I was raised Christian, Baptist. So that's my life. But I resonate with spirituality, like the belief systems that go with spirituality way more. And I'm getting into it, but it's not really my biggest strength right now. What's something people assume about you that is completely wrong? Yeah, I love this fucking question. Let me tell you, because that is the life I live. I love when people have the wrong perception of me. Like, they perceive me one way and then they realize, like, that's not her. I'm starting to think that it has something to do with being a writer or being an author. Like, what do they say? Don't judge a book by its cover. So, okay, something that people assume about me is that I'm outside. That is the favorite thing to assume about me, is that I just be outside, that I got multiple baby daddies, like 6 baby daddies, that I have, I'm exaggerating with 6. People do not believe me when I say I only have 2 baby fathers and 5 of my kids is with one person. What's another thing? People often assume that I'm scam, like I'm a scammer. People assume that I'm a midnight ballerina. People assume that I do, like, that I was a heavy content creator, which I was never really a heavy content creator. And people, what's another good one? You would not believe the amount of people that assume that because I'm 32 and I have 6 kids, or back when I was, 20 and I had 4 kids, that I didn't have custody of my kids. I don't know why that's such a common assumption, but it is. All of that shit is wrong. They assume my model, they assume these things. Now, if you dig deep down into it, a lot of these, as far as, like, the modeling, the content creation, and stuff like that, yeah. All the other shit, absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. Okay. What is the biggest lesson I learned about love? Love.
Don't fucking love nobody.
No. What I learned about love. It's not supposed to fucking hurt. Love is not supposed to fucking hurt. That's one of the most important things that I learned about love. And that you can't love anybody else if you don't love yourself first. That part. What else do we have? If I could apologize to my younger self, what would I say? I would apologize for forgetting that I was just a fucking girl. I was just a girl. Like, Kandii, I'm sorry that you feel like you have to have it all figured out. I'm sorry that you feel like, I'm sorry you gotta figure out a lot of things on your own. I'm sorry that you were afraid to ask for help. I'm sorry for dragging you through obstacles you never had to experience. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna do one more because that one, you know. Some really interesting questions. I'm trying to say something like, wow. What's one parenting mistake I made that actually became a lesson? So, a huge mistake that I made was allowing people to push their negative experiences or any experiences onto me while parenting my children. My kids are very good kids. They're very sweet kids that act like kids. My 16-year-old still plays with stuff. She still has stuffed animals, okay? And the biggest mistake I made was allowing other people from different dynamics going through different shit with their children to put a battery in my back and have this certain look when it came to my oldest daughter. Like, I was so afraid of what everybody else's kids were going through. Like, I had people telling me, like, don't trust them kids, and yeah, this kids is like this, and this is bound to happen, and this, I promise you, nothing that I went through when I was 16, my daughter is going through at 16. Nothing that I went through at 13 did she go through at 13. Now, before that, before I learned this lesson, there was a situation, and I brought it up to my daughter. She was only 6 years old. I brought it up to my daughter. I listened to what someone else was telling me, believing that there's no other explanation for this situation. And I just went to my daughter and I started yelling, and I was upset and I was angry and just like, why would you do this? Blah, 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 blah. Mind you, my baby's only 6 years old. She doesn't even know nothing about nothing in life, because thank God me and my kids' fathers made sure that my kids are fucking children. They stay out of adults' business. And what made it turn into a lesson for me was that my daughter looked me dead in my face crying at 6 years old and said, Mommy, why would you think I would ever do something like that? Bawling and crying. Broke my fucking heart. Until this day, the lesson is that I ask my kids questions. I talk to them, and I don't assume that because a certain percentage of children had, this is usually the outcome, that there could possibly be. I don't do that no more. I have complete conversations with my children, and I don't push my past shit onto my kids. So that's one of the lessons that I learned. It was a simple question: a morning person, a night person. Even though I do a lot of things at night, I am an excellent morning person. When I get sleepy, I'm going to fuck to sleep. When I'm tired, I'm going to bed. In the morning, I don't care if I just went to bed, like right now it's 4:42 in the morning. I'm gonna probably go to sleep for like 2 hours. I'm gonna wake up at like 6, 7 o'clock, and I'm gonna be in the best energy, and it's the best time. I'm a coffee drinker, and yes, I love fucking coffee. French vanilla, okay? 4 French vanilla, 3 cream, 2 sugar from Dunkin'. If y'all was wondering, that is a good way. If you're trying to get next to me, talk to me, since the first question was, am I single? Since everybody wanna know if I'm single, that is a great, excellent way to get next to me, is to, you know that I drink coffee. You know that I have kids. Be considerate. Don't fucking hit me up the day before you want me to go somewhere with you, and you know it's like an all day thing. It's not even at night. Like, don't hit me up asking me to go on a date or link you. That shit clicked, because I'm a mom. So even if I don't have anything to do, I need the person that I talk to and I deal with to be considerate of the fact that I am a mom first. Respect my time like I will respect your time. Okay? So, I don't even know where to go from here, but I am really, 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 really looking forward to what's to come. I'm excited. I can't wait to sit and chop it with some amazing, funny ass, creative individuals. we're gonna do the works because I want to get down to. I got people that I've been wanting to ask questions for years, but they was too scared. And recently they hit me up and told me they want to get on here and run their mouth. So it's a lot to come. It's a lot to look forward to. It's a lot to get to know about me. I have tons of stories. I'm really trying to think about which one I'm gonna do first. I don't know because the landlord story is a little deep. I don't know. I think I'm gonna tell y'all about my stalker next. That's something to look forward to because that's some interesting shit and it's recent. It's recent and you know. Actually, I want to talk about it because I want to get it off my chest for real. It's been hell. I'm gonna say that. All right, guys. That is where I leave this piece. Thank you guys for sitting with me and listening and sharing this space with me. Whether you're driving, cleaning, dealing with your kids, working, chilling, vibing, whatever, just taking a moment to yourself, I appreciate your listen. I appreciate you engaging with me. Do definitely take what you need, leave what you don't, and I'll meet you back here the next time for another piece of the conversation. You know, this is 6 Pieces of Candy. I'm Kandii Brii, and we are out of here. Good night, my loves.
Baby, just my legacy. 6 pieces of